Meditation this, meditation that. Many people claim meditation is helpful, but is it really? Hello, my wonderful people. Welcome back to Thriveda, home of everything mind, body, spirit, so you can live your most inspirational and empowered lives. This week's topic is on why exactly meditation is actually helpful. And I will discuss a few of my many experiences in the last 10 years of daily meditation, pointing out how meditation could potentially help you, so stay till the end. Number one, and even though this sounds simple, it is probably the most pivotal change any human can make, and that is to our own sleep. Meditation has been proven to help us with sleep, and it does that by lowering our stress levels, the cortisol levels, the hormone we actually need in the morning to wake up. It lowers, and hence we can get adequate, deep, comfortable sleep, which will not only rejuvenate the body, but it will also rejuvenate the mind, have us waking up fresh and starting a cycle, a spiral towards the positive, rather than this coffee, lack of sleep, half-life of coffee being 5 hours at least, which means that it's probably still in your system by the time you try to sleep, and then it starts this downward spiral because now you reach the next day for that coffee yet again. But you get my point, not to sound redundant. Number two, our creativity increases, and this is something that every human being needs in their life, is the ability to be creative, because some would argue that it is the reason we're actually human. And what separates us from many of the other animals out there is our ability to imagine and to create. So through meditation, our stress levels once again diminish, and when you're in that rested state, as many of the greats of this world have discovered, that is the exact state where the most creative ideas come, seemingly from beyond our own even understanding, such as taking a warm bath, or in our most relaxed states where we achieve this creative breakthrough. Number three, we have increased energy, because when we are not in a tense and stressed state, pretty much synonymous there, we now have all this energy to once again unravel and to create the patterns in our own life that we would like to see. We can now take the day by the horns and achieve great things, rather than being tossed around like a small boat in a big ocean during the worst storm you could imagine. Though that might be fun for some, I don't know. I personally would rather have the energy to take control of my own life and to build the life that I want to see. Number four, and this is an important one that I think many of us can relate to, but meditation slows down aging. And it does this through the lengthening of telomeres at the end of our DNA strands. These essentially dictate how old we're getting, biologically speaking. And due to the stress levels of most Westerners, they're actually aging 1.2 years for every one chronological year that occurs. Hence, with a lack of stress, we actually age at half a year per year, as in for every 1 year that goes by, we're only aging 6 months. And that is huge. And that is why you might notice such youthfulness coming out of many who practice meditation. And finally, this one helped me a bunch, but it improves our relationships, because we naturally become more mindful by taking that moment to breathe and relax and create space in our own psyche. And we can begin to really look at our relationships and decide, are we making the right choice in this moment, or in this moment, or you guessed it, even in this moment. It is a huge asset to fixing our relationships. And I can give you a story here that you might be able to relate to, many people potentially, and that is the story of the fabled brother to brother or sibling relationship. After I began meditating, I stopped being so reactive to my relationship with my own brother, and we became much closer, and our bond greatly grew. In fact, I could probably count on one hand how many times we've argued ever since I started meditating. Whereas before, this would have been a daily occurrence, and I'm sure many people can relate to this. It's not a bad thing necessarily because we grow in the tumultuous relationships, but it can take us to new heights in our relationships, whether that's with a sibling, with a parent, or even with a boss or a job situation. And hence, it is a huge tool we can all utilize. And another bonus point I want to make, and this one is huge, I'll have to make a whole video on this eventually, is that it reduces inflammation in the whole body. As in, inflammation, which actually causes 90+% of all ailments in a human being, of all disease, can be lowered and reduced through meditation. In fact, the mind has been shown to affect the body, not just in the case of the meditation, but in the placebo or nocebo effect itself. And hence it's very interesting why it's not talked about more. But your mind is more powerful than you can ever know. And hence meditation, due to the many pluses that it provides to our own mind and body, is one of the most amazing tools one could ever experience. And now I'm going to invite you to try an awesome guided meditation down below that I recorded that can help introduce meditation in a great way for the masses. So check it out down below. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like. And if there's anything else you want to hear about in the future, put it in the comment section. Thank you, my friends, so much. Don't forget to subscribe. And I am wholeheartedly wishing each of you an amazing day, amazing week, and until the next one.